Today I want to talk to you a little bit about tree growth and competition, and mainly tree rings and a tool called the increment bore that foresters use and how they use it. So I'm on game land today, and what foresters usually do is they develop land management plans and break their area into stands. So I'm in what's called a pine stand. And in order to get an idea on how well it's growing, the age, and how to make some management decisions, you take what's called an increment core and you bore the tree. And I don't mean I'm going to talk it to death, but you actually bore a hole, a core into the tree, and extract cross-sectional areas of the rings. So what I'm going to show you is a core here, and the rings are discolored, where you have dark color wood and light color wood, which they usually call spring wood and I guess summer wood. The spring wood usually comes out, it's a little bit wider in cell growth, and then the denser wood, or the summer wood, when things start to slow, it causes discoloration, but it's mainly because the cells are smaller in size and denser and close together, but that together makes the ring. And there's a lot you can learn. I've always said there's a war going on out here where what the tree rings, the trees and the tree rings tell you, because it's competing for water. It all depends on the environment and the individual tree and the competition that tree has with surrounding trees. So this stand has been thinned about 8 years ago, and in some cases you could tell that in the rings where the growth improved, but not always you could tell that, because it might have been a dry year and you had not near as much rainfall, which had a lot to do with it. But right here, I want to show you is a tree ring, a core, and on it you can see the individual colored rings. But this tree is around 55 years old. And one of the things we do, you count the rings and get an approximate, age of the tree. But another thing you do is you kind of like, you get a ruler, and if you measure like the last inch of this tree, let's see, there it is. That inch, it had about, in 1 inch, it grew in that last inch, it grew an inch in radial growth in 7 years. So you double that, so it basically, since it's radius, it grew 2 inches in 7 years. Now how does that help a forester? If I know and I take enough samples in the forest of the different tree growths, I can get an idea that this stand of trees in about 7 years is going to be a whole other couple inches in diameter. And what that would mean is, really, you may want to wait because those trees are going to enter another diameter class, like go from pulpwood into sawtimber size, and maybe that's what you'd want to do. And really, in the case in this forest, this thing is really growing really well. It's game land, but if I was managing this privately, I'd be letting this go for another 7 to 10 years, and then consider doing a harvest and replacing the stand with genetically superior trees, which we're really counting on now to prepare for a warming planet for the next generation, because things are warming up and changing in all the different ecosystems. So that's basically Forestry 101, what you can learn from tree increment cores, and how to actually make decisions on managing timberland. So that's it for now. Thank you.